Well, the purpose of the conference is to bring together various people that have been doing work around state capture to try and reverse the tide against that. Different civil society organizations have been involved. They have been collaborating, but we have not been collaborating optimally. And secondly, we're looking at a future for South Africa and re-establishing the values of our constitution and how we can work together to ensure that we honor those values. You'll have heard inputs from the different speakers, workers saying that their expectation is that there must be, we must deal with issues of poverty, unemployment and marginalization, and business talking about inclusive growth. These create opportunities for the kind of compact possibilities that are necessary to achieve all of those things. Corruption takes our focus away from a genuine project of rebuilding this country. So everybody understands that we have to confront that collectively, but importantly, we have to deal with the issues that are making many South Africans feel completely alienated. Well, we hope to agree a common purpose, a common platform, and that's what the declaration will speak to. And secondly, we hope to agree a minimum set of programs of things that we need to do. And these will include a program of action as we put pressure on President Zuma to step down, as we put pressure on restoration of institutions of governance to be governed with integrity, as we put pressure that there should be prosecution of those who are involved in wrongdoing. You will see that there are commissions that are looking at all of these things. We also will be putting together a program to put pressures on members of parliament to vote in support of a motion of no confidence against the president. We also will be looking at how do we combine our efforts in legal actions that we are taking against government and against various people that are implicated in acts of corruption, etc., etc. So we want to have a coordinated program so that we all work together as different civil society organizations. Well, the ANC is well endowed with very competent leaders who are committed to the vision of what that great and celebrated liberation movement is all about. But of course, the current leadership in place is a major obstruction to that because self-correction requires a major, honest and robust introspection of the mistakes that have been made and who made the mistakes and what were the circumstances and what we need to do to not repeat those mistakes. At the moment, you actually are having a stifling of any discussion. You can talk to the stalwarts that are here and they will tell you how difficult it is to actually create space to have that discussion to happen.
Well, we South Africans, we workers, we are witnessing a devastating impact of this kind of state capture, which is about pillaging the resources of our country for the benefit of a small few elitists who are closer surrounding the president, crony capitalist. But as we were saying in our speech, we also victims of the earlier capture that diverted attention away from the historic mission the ANC had to liberate black people and Africans in particular, to address the colonial legacy, the apartheid legacy, to address the poverty and propertyless and all of those things. So we're raising these issues, but we're not confused. The immediate challenge is to defeat Jacob Zuma and the chronic capitalists that are surrounding him, so that we can have a discussion about the rest of the other issues. I mean, there's no one person who's so powerful. Unfortunately, in our view, the majority of the ANC people have supported him and to the ilch, and he remains untouchable because he has been given such an unqualified support. And removing Zuma without addressing that whole politics of cronyism will be a waste of time. When you have a country on recession, downgraded to a junk status, when you have 9.3 million people, when unemployment have now reached the second highest level in the history of democracy at 36.4%, when we have now become the most unequal society in the world, and we have 52% of our population living in poverty, with 14 million people going to bed every night without anything to eat. And when you see the devastating impact of corruption in BRASA, in SAA, in SAPC, and SARS, in Petro SA, and when you look at how the NPA have been domesticated, and how hawks have been made sweethearts of corruption instead of fighters against corruption, and then you still see nothing wrong with that, then it means that you are part and parcel of that.